Hate. It's a strong word, isn't it? A word that often makes us uncomfortable. We're taught to avoid it, to suppress it. Society tells us hate is bad, destructive and wrong. We learn early on that good people don't hate. This message is clear in our homes, schools and stories, but what if this view is too simple? What if hate, like all our emotions, has something to tell us? Perhaps it's time to look closer with courage. It demands we pause and consider its place. Let's be honest with ourselves for a moment. Every single one of us has felt hate. It might be a fleeting feeling or something more persistent. It's a natural human response to certain situations. Think about injustice, cruelty, or deep betrayal. These experiences can ignite powerful feelings within us. To deny hate's existence in our emotional landscape is to deny a part of our humanity. It's like trying to paint a picture using only bright colors. We miss the depth, the contrast, the full story of our inner lives. This emotion is part of the human condition. When we label hate as universally bad, we shut down curiosity. We stop asking important questions about its origins. Why do I feel this way? What triggered this intensity? Is this hate protecting me from something? Is it signaling a boundary that has been violated? Instead of exploring, we often just feel shame for feeling it. This shame then pushes the emotion further underground. It doesn't make the hate go away, not really. It just makes it harder to understand and manage effectively. We lose an opportunity for self-discovery. This isn't about giving hate a free pass to cause harm. It's absolutely not about condoning violence or cruelty. Instead, it's about having the courage to sit with discomfort. It's about looking our emotions in the eye, even the ugly ones. Understanding hate doesn't mean we act on it destructively. It means we can learn from it, and that is key. We can choose how we respond rather than being controlled by unexamined feelings. This exploration requires vulnerability, a willingness to be imperfect. It's about being brave enough to know ourselves fully. When we try to suppress hate, it doesn't simply vanish. Think of it like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It takes enormous effort, and eventually it's going to pop up. Often it resurfaces unexpectedly, and sometimes with more force. Suppressed hate can fester, turning into bitterness or resentment. It can leak out in sarcastic remarks or passive-aggressive behavior. It can even manifest as physical symptoms like headaches or chronic fatigue. Our bodies and minds are connected. Unacknowledged emotions take a toll. This hidden struggle impacts our well-being more than we often realize. The cost of suppression is far too high. Acknowledging hate, on the other hand, is an act of courage. It's saying, okay, this feeling is here. I see it. This doesn't mean you agree with the hate or want to fuel it. It simply means you're willing to be honest about your internal experience. This honesty is a cornerstone of living an authentic life. It allows us to understand ourselves more deeply and truly. When we name our emotions, we take away some of their power over us. We move from being controlled by them to being in dialogue with them. This is where true emotional intelligence begins to blossom within us. It's a step towards genuine self-awareness. Consider a common scenario. Someone feels deep frustration at work. Perhaps they hate the injustice of a situation but feel powerless to change it. If this hate is suppressed, it might curdle into general irritability. They might snap at their family members or friends over small things. The original source of the hate remains unaddressed and festers. The negative emotion is then unfairly displaced onto innocent people. Acknowledging the hate for the work situation allows for targeted problem solving. It helps us direct our energy towards the actual issue at hand. Instead of collateral damage, we can aim for constructive action and resolution. This clarity prevents further unintended harm. It takes tremendous vulnerability to admit, even to ourselves, that we feel hate. We fear judgment from others and even from ourselves. We fear what it says about us as individuals. We've been conditioned to believe that such feelings make us bad. But vulnerability is not weakness, it's our greatest measure of courage. It's about showing up and being seen, imperfections and all of our parts. When we allow ourselves to feel and acknowledge hate, we open the door to understanding. This understanding is crucial for emotional regulation and healthy coping. It's the first step towards transforming that raw energy into something else. Something that doesn't have to be destructive but can be insightful. Now, this might sound counterintuitive, but let's explore it. Can hate ever motivate positive action? I believe it can. Think about the great social justice movements throughout history. Many were fueled by a profound hatred of injustice. People hated slavery, they hated segregation, they hated discrimination. This powerful emotion, this righteous anger, spurred them to act. It gave them the energy to fight for a better world, for everyone. It was a hate directed not at individuals per se, but at oppressive systems and cruel behaviors. This distinction is incredibly important to make and to hold on to. The target of the emotion matters greatly. Imagine a mother who sees her child being bullied repeatedly. A fierce, protective feeling arises. You might call it hate for the act of bullying. This emotion can drive her to take strong positive action. She might work with the school to implement anti-bullying programs. She might teach her child resilience and advocate for other vulnerable children. Her hate for the cruelty motivates her to create safety and change. Similarly, a scientist might hate a devastating disease like cancer. This hate for the illness fuels their relentless search for a cure or better treatments. The passion comes from a deep desire to alleviate suffering and loss. It's a drive to make things better. It's crucial here to draw a very clear line, a bright line. The hate that can fuel positive change is not about dehumanizing others. It's not about violence, cruelty, or wishing harm on individuals. Destructive hate seeks to diminish, to destroy, to silence another. Constructive hate, if we can call it that, seeks to rectify wrongs. It's a hate of suffering, of unfairness, of degradation. Its energy is directed towards building, protecting, and reforming systems. The focus is on the problem, the system, the harmful action, not the inherent worth of a person. This is a nuanced but vital difference we must always remember. One tears down, the other seeks to build up. Emotions are energy. Hate is a particularly potent form of energy. When we acknowledge it, we can then ask, how can this energy be used? If we hate ignorance, we can dedicate ourselves to education and learning. If we hate pollution, we can become advocates for environmental protection. If we hate poverty, we can work towards economic justice and opportunity. The key is to transform the raw feeling into purposeful action. This requires self-awareness and a commitment to constructive outlets. It's about harnessing the storm, not being consumed by it entirely. It's using that fire to forge something new and better for our communities. This is responsibility in action. Simply acknowledging hate isn't the end of the journey. The next vital step is to get curious about its roots. Why this person? Why this situation? Why this intensity of feeling? What values of mine are being violated here in this moment? What fears are being triggered? What past hurts are being reactivated? Often our strongest reactions are tied to our deepest vulnerabilities. Hate can be a fierce protector of those tender spots within us. Understanding its origin story helps us to diffuse its overwhelming power. It allows us to respond with wisdom, not just raw, unchecked reaction. This self-inquiry is a brave act. Think of hate not as an enemy but as a messenger. It's delivering a very urgent message, often scribbled and hard to read. It might be telling you that a boundary has been crossed. It might be signaling a deep injustice that needs attention from you. It could be pointing to an unmet need or a core belief under attack. If we shoot the messenger by suppressing or shaming the hate, we miss the message. Instead, we can learn to say, "Okay, messenger, I hear you. What do you need me to know?" This dialogue transforms the emotion from a threat into a source of information. It's about rumbling with the discomfort to find the insight hidden within. This is where growth happens. A truly wholehearted life involves embracing all of our emotions. Joy, love, gratitude, yes, but also anger, sadness, fear, and yes, even hate. Trying to live a life of only positive emotions is unrealistic and exhausting. It leads to a kind of emotional bypassing where we numb ourselves to difficult feelings, but these difficult feelings often carry important wisdom for us. They are part of what makes us human, what makes us complex and real. Embracing our full emotional range allows for greater resilience and understanding. It means we can navigate the complexities of life with more authenticity. It's about showing up for all of it, the light and the shadow. This acceptance is liberating. Let me be crystal clear once more. This exploration is not an endorsement of harmful actions. Understanding the roots of hate should lead to greater self-awareness and choice. It should empower us to channel that intense energy constructively. It should help us to build bridges, not burn them down, to advocate for justice, not to perpetrate cruelty or spread vitriol. Embracing hate as a part of our emotional tapestry is an act of profound courage. It means looking into the mirror and accepting our whole selves. It's from this place of acceptance that true growth and positive change can emerge. This is the daring, greatly path, the path to a more integrated self. It is a journey worth taking.